Hello. Hello, everyone on our marriage and divorce support group. Great to see you here. Soon, Ananda will be joining me. So it will be great to have you here. And today we're going to be talking. There will be some questions directed towards me. How to actually build your separation and divorce towards great love life after. So I hope you're going to enjoy that one, and it's going to clarify it. Yeah, I can see you, Ananda. Yes, I can see you at, yes. Oh, I've got some technical issues. One more time, add. Okay, Ananda, you've got some technical issues. I cannot add you. It's telling me to join the live broadcast. Okay, add again. Couldn't add guest. This person was unable to join because of technical issues. So if you could please maybe restart your phone on mobile or laptop, wherever you are, and join me again, because I cannot add you. I cannot bring you to that conversation. Come on. Yeah, again, I'm adding you again. And this person was unable to join. So the guest is not able to join. I've received that message 3 times. Every time is the same message. So it's from your side. Will be great to have you here. I cannot add you. I'm waiting for that questions. I will add you again. Adding. Oh, there is a chance. There is a chance. Okay. Let's wait a bit. Could also. Hello.
Hello, Anita.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm sorry. I'm
How
not
are
sure what's
you?
wrong with it. Very good. Excellent. Not sure what's the technical issue, but I'm glad I'm here.
Neither do I. Yeah, it was a surprise. First time I see it, and I tried to bring some light into my face. My light also is going on and off. Okay, great to have you here.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's really good to join you in this program as we share our thoughts and the tools that we can help our fellow viewers in their journey towards amicable separation and life post-separation, which is part and parcel of our topic today.
Okay. Great. Fantastic. So today I know you're going to be asking me questions.
That's right.
I'm ready. As much as I can, I'm ready to answer question how we can build up great relationship after separation, because it's not only about surviving the divorce or separation. It's about having something better than before. For me,
Sure.
it's like, yeah. So what's your question?
Sure.
What would you like to know?
Yeah. To set the scene, I'm going to put forward a small analogy, and that will then help you maybe to share your thoughts. So the analogy is the 4 seasons in the UK or in Europe, where spring is the birth, and then summer is the height of the relationship. Autumn is when things become difficult, and winter is when the demise or separation took place. this cycle goes on throughout your whole life. Now, we hope, I mean, I'm not suggesting that we should have, 60, 70 marriages and divorces in a person's life, but it's a very good analogy that every time when winter comes, we plan for the future. Just like this as well. When a separation takes place, there were good moments in the previous life, but we also hope the future life will become better. But in that journey, we need to plan an amicable, soft exit be the start of a really brand new, exciting adventure. So, Edita, from your own experience, how would you describe your transitional from ending the previous relationship and putting together the building blocks of the future relationship while ensuring that your mental state, your energy, your forward looking perspective are intact? Could you share, please, with the audience?
Wow, actually, I love that analogy. Honestly, it's perfect. I use that analogy when I run my business or my businesses. It's perfect. That's what all coaches running businesses, they're using it. They're saying, like, when you have spring, be ready for winter. When you have winter, like, prepare you slowly for. So when you've got fall, prepare for yourself, or autumn, how we saying in English. UK English, British English, and then you prepare yourself for winter. And winter, you're preparing yourself for spring. It's all that seasons. And that seasons, actually, once I've been actually in Brazil, where they don't have that seasons, they asked me how it is in Europe. And I said to them, we have seasons, so we've got certain rhythm to our life, which I love. I love seasons, by the way. So yeah, winter. Yeah, it's coming winter. Let's look at the winter. What's going on in nature in winter? It's a reset. It's a big reset, which is extremely important. That even freezing temperature is important because certain bacteria are killed, certain viruses. Um, I like all of the things which are not needed for next season. And another thing's coming, like it's a preparation for something new. And how we're gonna use that winter, that separation, that divorce, to actually prepare yourself for spring. First of all, is just understand that this is the winter and this is a season in our life, and it's not gonna last forever. So, and then take the conclusions. Winter is a time where in Europe, I'm from Poland, so we have time to have a conversations. Days were shorter, so people were grouping together in warm place where they had conversation. They were making plans, visualize what they want to do next season. And I think the grouping part is extremely important, because in that grouping part, when you're in a group and you're brainstorming and you summarize what went wrong, what went right, what was missing, for example, in bringing animals or breeding animals, or bringing food on the table. So that's the season when you can just really look at it deeply and analyze and complete, like the freezing ground where the bacteria is dying. That's the actual completion. We're completing one and preparing for something new. And actually today I was thinking a lot about that completion conversation, I call it. I use a lot of landmark education, and it's just to finish something what and put that in the past. It's extremely important in relationships. So that conversations are also important in relationship, which didn't go right. Just be honest with each other. What didn't work, without making each other wrong. It's just like, that didn't work, and be honest with yourself. This situation does not work with me anymore, and I'm completely honest with myself. Write down what didn't work. Start completing with yourself, like, that was not mistake, that was just a lesson. Stop blaming yourself for something went wrong. Have that conversation when you can take responsibility what didn't work for another partner, or take responsibility that you allowed in your relationship to exist from that partner which didn't work with you, without saying. So that's why, and it's not easy. It's not easy. That's why I recommend to work with people who work on communication skills, who really, you really can be in peace with yourself. Because if you're not in peace with yourself, you cannot say to another person, listen, you know, I knew that it's not going to work in a relationship and I didn't say it. I knew it's not going to work for so many and so many years to come. I didn't even know that it's not going to work. I didn't ever train myself to be in a relationship because we don't train, you know, like you said. Remember when we start talking about, you know, running the program together, you said to me, like, you know, we're preparing ourselves for certain profession. We go to university, we know what the expenditure is going to be, we know like what is coming, what subjects are coming this year or this semester. We don't know. We're just going blindly in a relationship, then we're going blindly in divorce and separation, and just like, yeah, it's gonna go somehow. No, it's not gonna go somehow. Just take this like a business. You have the plan, you're taking coaches for that, you're taking, you know, group like together, you're brainstorming with people, you have people to have conversation, you surround yourself with people who run similar business. The same do with going through separation. Surround yourself with people who went through this. That's why we are organizing a program where people were going to be able to surround themselves and just hold each other hand, learning from each other mistakes, and building that towards better relationship. Because more we learn on that, you know, that winter on that relationship, better chances we have in next one. The same in businesses. People having like so many businesses, and finally fifth one, sixth one works. Obviously, like we said, we don't want to go to fifth one, sixth one, marriage, and yet we want to make sure that we learn as much as possible. We take as much conclusion. We learn our own truth about who we are, what we want in next relationship, what we want from next partner, so we can complete powerfully and start something new. And here, I know we spoke about children in previous live. It's also important for our children, because more clarity we have, they feel safe. They don't want to. Children can feel that you're going in something unknown without plan. I just realized that with my daughter, said that she likes to well organize things in her life. She wants to know what's going on, and that's, I knew that I need to make that plan. I need to make that vision how my life's going to look in the future. So I think it was long, but do you have any questions? Is that clear, like what I'm saying so far?
No, I think it's really, really insightful. I think what's really helpful is insightful to understand what you considered as the thought process. Now, to make the viewers to grasp um, uh, uh, your journey, the key importance or key takeaways in your journey from one relationship to the next relationship, what would you say the top three most important consideration when they moved or when they end a previous relationship in an amical manner, and as they enter into a new relationship? What would you say the three most important consideration from your perspective?
So it's hard to choose three. The three I've chosen, and I think we also going to be talking about that in our event coming 21st of October. The key are, like, first of all, like for me was integrity, like the pillar of integrity with myself, like, and bringing integrity to a relationship. Like, okay, listen, this is not working, was never working, was never worked. I never been more honest about that. I never been honest about that. talking about impact. So definitely like that integrity, which we're going to be talking about details and actually expanding, because it's something what spiritual people talking about programs I've been doing. It's something where you're allowing yourself to be in peace with yourself and with other person, with children, and that conversation. Second one will be then you are able to have that completion, that closure in that relationship, which is another series of conversation where you can actually close that relationship, and what I believe, check if that relationship could work or not, because you cannot have closure if you're not really allowing other person to have that peace. So closure is a peace for yourself and other person, and then check, okay, is that going to work or not? And obviously in that sector you can also create, what could work, like how that would look like, or maybe after that. First of all, closure, that may mean it's a lot of conversation. Doesn't mean it's a one conversation. For some people, closure in relationship take years. That's why we're building, another program where we're going to be expanding how it's step by step, conversation after conversation, and leading people through that conversation, which are extremely challenging, because in that moment people avoiding love, and there's argument, there's like no clarity. So yeah, closure is important. And the last one for me is like, look on a spiritual path. Is that person aligned with me spiritually? There are many ways of looking at that. It's like looking in your own truth. So that's why I'm using another tools where every participant can check, is that person actually aligned on my path? Is there another person going to show up? And that's also extremely important, because then you know that you can bring more peace to yourself. Okay, that was the path. Okay, we spent together 10, 20 years. It was great. Now is the time for another person. And that moment when we do that, we also, I've noticed a lot of lady talks about that on social media. They cannot complete that relationship. They cannot stop in that relationship. They're coming back to the past. It's very important to just understand that we have certain journey with every person on that planet, and there is like a certain journey. And once we understand that sometimes it's a journey of 10 years, 20, 50, 40, and then it's just like whole closure coming together. And then it's like, okay, I'm ready to move on. And also that spiritual work for me is also important, because then we bring peace that, okay, my children show up in that life to also have that journey with both of us. They chose us to be there as parents, and I'm okay with that. They're strong enough to go through that experience also. We're giving them power to be in that situation, instead of, oh, poor thing, I cannot do that to my child. No, he can deal with that. He can deal with that, and they're happy where they are, and they're strong that we think they can be. So yeah, this is 3, and I know it's a lot. This is just touching a base. So many elements to that, but that's so integrity, closure, and spirituality, where you just like on the spiritual path checking, who should be with you, and how you can go forward.
Thank you, Edita. That's really, really helpful. And it's good to know that you have touched on some really important tools or consideration that a person has to provide deep consideration before jumping into the next relationship. And spirituality, closure are all important aspects. Now, moving on to the next segue, what would you say that should people jump into the next relationship quickly, or do you think people should take as much time as possible to heal and know about themselves before jumping into the next relationship? Because it's quite likely they could be finding the next person who is similar to the previous relationship, or they might be finding another person who themselves have not healed, or they might be setting themselves for a complete failure by rushing into the next relationship.
Yeah. That's why a lot of celebrities, we know they're going into 6, 7 marriage, you know. For some people, 3 is a minimum. And for me, there's time is not relevant here. Honestly, for me, time is a big illusion. It's all about how quickly you do the healing work. Because some people, they already in a marriage, they know for 10 years of, I'm meeting people for 10 years thinking about taking divorce, and I support them to make that final decision and bringing peace to their mind and body and soul. So it's very challenging to say how long. I know many ladies who start looking to attract partner 3 years after the divorce. I actually attracted my partner through separation. I know ladies who and gentlemen who deal with that 15 years, 15 doing the healing work. Personally, I believe that journey quite often takes longer for men than a woman. I don't know. I think that we are more open to do the healing work. I don't know. I don't want to judge. It's just, you know, that's what my experience is, and that doesn't have to be everybody's experience. My ex-husband, he's already in new relationship. He's looking to build with somebody very powerful relationship, and I believe this is quite often thanks to the partner. So I let him go because I had the 3 major shifts in my life that I did that steps, and that's why I'm so passionate about that, because I know it works. I really do know. I constantly talking to ladies who stuck with solicitors and their partner cannot move on, and they cannot move on with their life because they may have new partner, but if the ex-husband doesn't move on, he doesn't have strength to, sometimes doesn't have strength enough or inspiration enough to move forward. He may not. But I believe we motivate by few things. Some people by vision of amazing life. Some people of vision of terrible life. If they're not gonna make that big shift. I always like to inspire people with amazing life more than destructive life, and I believe that building that completion, allowing us to all move on. And it's not a time conversation. It's more how much work did you do around yourself? How much you're willing to ask yourself, what do I want? Instead of stacking in, oh, I didn't like that. And more we're blaming each other, we actually holding each other to stuck in the situation. I believe, now I'm going to say something very drastic to many women, we've got the cursing power. So if we say to that, oh, he's never going to find the same partner as I was, he's never going to be with another woman like I am, guess what? You're right. You're doing it. You make him stuck in that relationship. You stuck yourself. You're stressing yourself. He is stressed. You're not allowing yourself to expand what is possible. You're not. So this is why it's so important that 3 steps before you're gonna go move on. And it's again, it's not about time. We're capable to heal very quickly nowadays, which also I'm gonna share on the program. Why is that? And we can do it. It's just what you want to achieve. Are you inspired? And that's also what we offering on our program, because we are there to inspire you to something different. We are here to inspire you that divorce doesn't have to be argument, and that actually you can create love towards your ex once you're divorcing. So you have something better in the future, because once he's showing you love, it's also easier for him to pay you wherever you want him to pay and build more. I've seen women making men bankrupt, and obviously with support of solicitors. We are very powerful. So it's great to have that closure. Yeah. and
But
then
you
move
do
on.
know that you do know what Spider-Man said, right? Great power comes with great responsibility.
My girls have got even goosebumps, and that's so true. We came here, to have that power, and and we have that power. We're just not told we have, and it's all from us.
Yeah,
So looking somewhere from people who telling us how divorce should look like. No, you know how to divorce. Just create that peace in yourself so you can actually hear yourself.
perfect. Perfect. I think we've come to the top of the hour. We're coming to the end of our short program.
Yeah.
No, that's been really, really insightful, Edita. I think our viewers would have found the tools, the insights from you very beneficial. And let's not forget that our viewers can also get more tips, more suggestions, more helps from our upcoming program on the 21st of October between 10 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. So viewers, please sign up for our program, and Edita and myself will be there to help you and assist you in your journey. Edita, is there anything else you would like to add?
I think that's all. Well, like just come, jump. It's not so long event, and you can really get a lot of info, and then decide if you would like to carry on with all of that what we just said today. If you would like to be in arguments with an ex or ex to be, or you want to create everything peacefully, so you can move on, and we offering that.
That's really well said. Well said, Edita. Well said. Okay. Till we see you again. Have a nice weekend.
You too. Enjoy your weekend and see you probably next week. We're going to be here for you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.